Jet fans, what's going on? Huge win today. They desperately needed that. We talked about it all week, how if, they would have lost that game 4 in a row, the wheels would have completely came off. The fans, the media, everybody would have been out to get Bowles, but they came up huge today. It wasn't always pretty early on, with the Powell fumble. Broncos put it in for a touchdown after that. Certainly wasn't looking good, but we bounced back in a big way. Darnold made the big plays when he needed to. Shout out to the offensive line and the defensive line. We absolutely won the battle in the trenches today. Offensive line was just mauling dudes left and right, over 300 yards rushing. That dude, Isaiah Crowell, who everybody wanted cut during the week, should have been benched. 219 yards, set a club record. Not too bad for him. Powell added on another 99. He was great. And even Darnold, man, he was 10 of 22, wasn't spectacular. He also had, there were a couple of drops in there from Quincy, but he made the big plays when he needed to. Pryor helped him out with that last one, phenomenal catch. Good to see him getting involved a little bit. You look at the 2 deep balls to Robby. Both of those were huge, right on the money, exactly where they needed to be. And that's the kind of pinpoint accuracy that you want from your quarterback. Those are the kind of plays that a franchise quarterback is going to make. And I said it all along. I have not wavered one bit. Darnold is going to be great. I said it last week after Jacksonville. I'm still saying it now. This kid has the goods. He's going to have some games like he did today. And he's probably going to have, 1 or 2 more games like he did in Jacksonville this season. Those games are going to happen. Teams are going to keep making adjustments on him. He's got to adjust back. That's part of the growth process with any rookie. But the big dude that we got to shout out today is Todd Bowles, because everybody wanted him fired. Everybody throughout the week was talking about, how the Jets are being held back by Bowles, how he's the biggest issue. Anything that goes wrong has been his fault. Even when we were down 7-0, Powell fumbled, fire Bowles. It was starting already. It was unbelievable. But, with Kacy Rodgers out, Bowles was calling the plays today, and he just had that defense playing on another level. I don't know if that's something that we're going to see from now on, where Bowles is calling all the plays on defense. Shout out to Kacy Rodgers. Hopefully he's doing all right, and hopefully he's back soon. But hell of a job by Bowles today. He had the team ready. He had them prepared. They made the adjustments that they needed to. They put together a complete game, 4 quarters, pretty similar to what they did in Detroit. Special teams was on point. Andre Roberts made some big plays. The secondary had a couple injuries. Tremaine Johnson was out. Buster Skrine left with a concussion. And even still, they did a phenomenal job. Roberts gave up a few catches here and there. Same thing with Nickerson. But, they were able to bend but not break. They made the plays when they needed to. Leo was just a stud today. And it's crazy, too, because 2 weeks ago, all we were talking about was how Leonard Williams wasn't in the stat sheet, right? That's all that matters. He's not making plays. He's not in the stat sheet. Well, again, if you watch the film and you look at it a little bit closer, you'll see Leonard Williams is a huge part of this defense, okay? If he's not making the plays himself, he's helping somebody else to make the plays. So, huge game by him. He was in on 3 different sacks. Nice to see Marcus May at the end contribute with a nice interception. Of course, he fell down at the 1-yard line, couldn't get it all the way in. But, man, defense was flying. Adams was leading the charge, getting the fans fired up. And shout out to the fans that were there today, all right? Because there was a sea of orange all throughout that stadium. There weren't a whole lot of Jet fans that showed up. But those that did, they were fired up, okay? It wasn't, any kind of crazy atmosphere or anything like that. But we got loud when we needed to. We got up. And I do think that we made a difference. We distracted Keenum a little bit. I thought the crowd was loud on some big downs. And, at the end of the day, the Bronco fans, they were leaving early. Jet fans, we were rocking some chants and having some fun. So, hopefully today's win, maybe we'll get a few more Jet fans in the building for next week against the Colts. And we could actually carry this thing back to 500 because, hey, we're 1 game out of first, right? At the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's still a rebuilding year. They're probably not making the playoffs, but you know what? As far as I'm concerned right now, you're in week 5, you're 1 game out of first. You might as well have some fun and enjoy it. See if they can put together a little run here, and you never know what'll happen. Go Jets.